Tonight, in a Unit 8 investigation months in the making, the night team's Abbey Gibb shows us a gripping and raw look at the problem through the eyes of young addicts. Abby?
I went out into the middle of a pitch black forest to meet two kids from good families who just lost their way. Young adults slowly dying from a drug reaching epidemic proportions. And we want to warn you, this story is extremely graphic. On this cold autumn night, the air runs thick with the weight of despair.
So yeah, this is our life.
Pain lingers in a car full of crushed dreams. Their lives no longer measured in days.
Well, you'd never think it would get to this point. I don't think anybody ever thinks that it would.
But in grams.
This is everything we own. And it's all because of heroin.
21-year-old Jason and 22-year-old Nicole live in this aging Subaru.
It's not glamorous. It's not fun.
And wanted to show you everything their addiction has become.
I have my bag of heroin.
Everything.
And that should be 0.10 of a gram. You just place the dope on there.
I was fully addicted, doing it every day by the time I was 14.
You can find heroin quicker than you can find weed.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
Just a few years ago, Nicole was living at home, going to high school, and had never touched a drug.
I don't talk to my family. I don't talk to friends. I mean, he's all I have. And in all reality, we're toxic for each other because we do use.
Then, like thousands of kids in the metro area, it started with Oxycontin.
To snort a pill is more acceptable than to smoke heroin.
She says they were handed out like candy at parties.
You put the lighter underneath the spoon.
A government crackdown has made Oxy too expensive, sending young adults to use the deadliest drug on earth.
And you put the syringe into the cotton ball. Drag it up.
Getting the same high for less.
You're seeing teenagers,
Yeah.
you're seeing CEOs, you're
Yeah,
seeing
it's
business
everybody
owners.
now. It's everyone. It's not just homeless people and, the obvious drug addicts. It's people that you would look at and never expect.
They would know the two started selling to support their habit.
What makes you cry?
You know what you're doing. You watch your friends decline. You watch them lose babies because they couldn't stop because they were high.
You know what heroin will do, and yet you continue to sell to others. Tell me what that's like.
It's disgusting. I don't think there's any other word for it. I mean, I give the ability to ruin people's lives.
Every day.
For money.
Knowing it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That is cooked up.
And yet, they keep using.
It's not the fact that, oh, okay, maybe I will go to jail or maybe I will die. Like, no, it's one or the other and it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. Half the time you can feel it pop through. It's a pattern, an obsession that for you, if you were to stray from that, the unknown is scarier than the known of you will die one day.
But as the high set in, death seemed a long way off.
Right now, it's not too painful, so I'm good to go.
I'm definitely excited.
That high may be euphoric, but not enough to mask Nicole's raw reality.
I just keep wondering, like, am I gonna come back? Like, even if I get clean, am I gonna be me?
The weight of despair almost too heavy for her to bear.
Whether or not the people that I've sold to are actually still having beating hearts, they are slowly dying. I am slowly killing them. We are slowly killing them.
Lives measured in grams,
And that's the glory of it.
slowly dying. The day after we shot this, Nicole says she overdosed. And Jason brought her back to life. Now, the next day, they both vowed to quit. And they said they've been clean for more than 2 weeks. They want to emphasize heroin is something that every parent needs to be thinking about and talking about to your kids. And to help you do that, we've put a lot of resources on our website at kgw.com. And there you can also watch a raw, uncut version of tonight's interview. Every year, 300,000 new girls will become trafficked in this country. The average age, 14. And thanks to websites you're about to see dedicated to buying prostitutes and the insatiable appetite of Portland buyers, We uncovered now it's easier than ever to buy these girls for sex.
So this is Backpage. I'm gonna post an ad.
This is how it works.
Your ultimate dream girl.
Hello?
I just saw your ad on Backpage.
Hello?
I'm thinking about seeing you tonight.
Men buying girls barely into their teens. The sex trade has moved off the streets of Portland and onto the web. And the girls are getting younger and younger.
It's a lot easier to sort of hide being underage on these websites.
Girls as young as 14, victims of sex trafficking.
Young girls coming up through the middle school and high schools. That's where the target is.
In an unprecedented look, Portland Police's undercover division let us see their secret hotel stings.
Put your hands behind your back. See your hands. Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
To catch these men, Officer Mike Gallagher posted an ad on a web service called Backpage.
Most of these sites are basically a Costco of sex.
A police officer will pose as 18-year-old Amber, while another takes the calls. If a girl were to put her real age, say 14, on these websites, it's going to be immediately banned. So the pimps sell the girls using code words like young, sweet, innocent.
So it would be all part of the circuit. They'll go from city to city to city, and Portland's definitely a major stop.
Portland police say this is a prime example of a sex-trafficked child. The post says new to Portland. All of the pictures very provocative, but they don't show her face, which is to hide how young she is.
By the time the police catch wind of their posting and they moved on to another cities, we're not able to track them down.
The ad is up.
Back at the precinct,
Hello?
and we get our first call.
Hey, are you looking to hang out tonight?
Just 4 minutes after posting. And is that pretty normal? Does it take that long?
It is normal.
Hello? I am available. I'm over by the airport.
There's been nights the phone rings nonstop the whole night.
Around 5:30.
We got a half an hour today.
It's now an hour after we posted the ad. At a hotel near the airport, police have set up their sting, and the first John has arrived.
If you just want to set your donation on a table or something, I'll be right back, okay?
He starts to undress. You should see the big grin on his face until...
Portland, please. See your hands.
Anything you say can, we'll be exchange for the law.
Already, another John is called to say he's on his way.
The Johns are coming one right after another.
Hi, how are you doing? Hang tight for a minute, okay?
Portland, please. Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
When the dust settles, I talk to the first John, a married father of 2 with a 17-year-old daughter. And remember, our ad said Amber is 18.
How are you feeling now?
Kind of low, I guess.
Does your wife have any idea?
Yes, she does.
She's okay with it.
No, she isn't.
So what do you think she would say to you today if she knew that you were here?
She'd be upset.
Do you want to have a seat?
Police now set up for the night's final bust.
I'm going to change into something a little better, okay?
Portland, please.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Oh.
This John admits to looking on Backpage for 2 years. He was at the IKEA by the airport doing a different kind of shopping on his phone when he came upon our ad.
It's a really loving relationship.
The 28-year-old has a girlfriend.
This seemed like a good way to have some sort of outlet, but not cheat or bring someone else into it emotionally.
We also find out he's a middle school teacher's assistant.
This is legitimately a wrong thing to do. I had a very weak moment, I guess.
A weak moment that replays every day in city hotel rooms up and down this freeway, leaving victims in its wake.